Kaepernick. Hi, welcome to the Militant Moderate Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Micah Bolin. And Kaepernick takes a knee. Well, you know I was going to bound to be talking about it sooner or later. So, just starting out, everybody's got a right to peaceful protest. Period. That's what I believe. But Trump turned into such a d***. I mean, seriously. Trump at a campaign rally, not his, said, "Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, 'Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired. Done.'" You know that's only going to cause problems. And I think that might be why he's doing it. Just wants to cause problems, because he doubled down later and said, "You know, some owner is going to do that. He's going to say, 'That guy disrespects our flag. He's fired.' And that owner, they don't know it, but they'll be the most popular person in this country." Yeah, no, they won't. Stop. Stop. Of course, Trump jumps on the train, and everybody else has to follow. I don't even know what half of these protests meant. I get taking a knee, but if you're taking a knee and you're raising a fist, how is that different? Also, if you're just sitting, what does that mean? And then the arm, people put your arm on the person that was sitting and there was kneeling. And then you had teams that didn't even come out of the locker rooms. In the case of the Tennessee Titans and the Seattle Seahawks. In the case of Pittsburgh Steelers, you only had one left tackle, Alejandro Venera. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, dude. No disrespect. He was the only one who ran out and put his hand over his heart because he's a veteran, very patriotic. But he did kind of roll it back because he said that he did kind of make his team look like a bunch of for not doing it, because I guess their point was just to not participate in this thing that's happening now, which up until 2009, none of the teams were on the field when the anthem was played. Then the Army started paying the NFL to start put them out with the anthem and get this rah-rah and to up recruitment. So NFL's not the most patriotic place if they're charging the Army to help recruitment. So, yeah, it's a bit of a quagmire. It's just a sticky situation all over. And both sides are right. Yes, race relations in this country are kind of screwed up right now. And the other says, no, this is what the flag means to me. You're disrespecting that time and place. Again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. Protests are supposed to make people uncomfortable, so the protesters have every right to protest. And you people on the side of the protesters, it's all right for the other people to criticize that. That's also free speech. You got to take the good with the bad is just how this works. And Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, said the following: "Our players wanted to make a statement about unity, and we wanted to make a statement about equality. They were very much aware of that statement when made or when attempted to be made as part of the recognition of our flag cannot lead to criticism but also controversy. It may also real easy for anybody in our organization to see the message of unity, the message of equality was getting, if you will, pushed aside or diminished by the controversy, even though we even had circumstances that it was being made into controversy." What the was that? I've never heard somebody say so much and so little at the same time. Explain to me in the comments what the hell that meant. I don't speak Texas. I don't know. Maybe he's speaking a language that I don't. What was that? Seriously, what did he say? There's a picture going around of John Middlemass. He's a 97-year-old World War II veteran taking a knee and saying what is true, and I support this. Those kids have every right to protest. So I'm waiting them words. I mean, they're even calling for boycotts about whether or not you should boycott the NFL until Colin Kaepernick gets a job. Two things about Colin Kaepernick. I wish he was better at his job. That would make his point easier to take. First part, obviously, he's not a very good quarterback. Second part, now he has our attention. It is his job to do something with that. It didn't even look like he had an original tweet that happened over this weekend, and everybody was protesting. It was the biggest thing. Colin, you have our ear. Use it. That's your job now. And also said that he wasn't that good a quarterback, because he really wasn't. You can find scouting reports that said he probably would have been a better wide receiver in this league, which other players like Terrell Pryor Sr., the biggest knock on Kaepernick, he's ran a very simplified offense in college, so he doesn't know how to go through his reads. He doesn't know how to check down. He just knows how to run. Not all NFL teams utilize that kind of a quarterback. Like, I don't want him on my Detroit Lions. Aside from, because now we're not even talking about the political quagmire he's gotten us into. We're just talking about him as a player. As a player, I don't want him on my team. I root for the Detroit Lions. We run a high pass offense. We basically a pocket rocket. It's a guy, we have Stafford back there. You can go through 4 or 5 progressions and it'll pass. Stafford doesn't run, we don't want him to. If Stafford gets hurt, I don't want the other 10 guys on the field to have to change their game because of another guy coming in. I want a similar style quarterback to come in. There are teams that could use Cap. The Steelers, he would work. The Seattle Seahawks, he would work. And Aaron Rodgers actually came out and said that, racism is probably the reason that Colin Kaepernick isn't a player right now. Well, he'd work in Green Bay. I don't know who your backup quarterback is, and that's saying something. Basically, the Green Bay Packers could step up and bring him in as a backup quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers has missed time in the past. An argument could be made that, I know there's other unfair arguments like, he's better than Jared Goff, who I believe is the starter for the LA Rams. I'm still getting used to this. So the people who don't know or are talking about how great a quarterback Colin Kaepernick is and comparing him to people like Muhammad Ali or Jackie Robinson, you guys don't really watch football, do you? Because he was not that good a quarterback. He was good for maybe about a year and a half, and the only guy that believed in him was his coach, John Harbaugh, and he left the NFL to go back to college. Colin probably thought he could too, but once he found out that that's not really how that works. No, he can't play on anybody's practice squad because he spent too much time on the 53-man roster of regular teams. That's not how the practice squad works. They do that so that you can't just stash veterans there. People have a right to protest. People have a right to be angry at that protest. That's just how it works. And to Colin Kaepernick, if you ever see this, I really wish you can go through your progressions as a quarterback. That would have been nice. Right now, you still don't know how to do your job. You have our ear. Tell us why you're protesting. Tell us why you're doing this so that we can actually start making strides towards improving things and making things better. You're not making things better, Colin. You're just not. Colin, be a better activist than you were a quarterback. Get out there. Let us know what you think, because you have our ears. We're ready to listen. Are you ready to talk? This has been the Militant Moderate Podcast. I've been your host, Paul Michael Bolin. Please click like and subscribe, because that always gives us a hand. It always gives us a help.